Have you ever seen someone on screen and thought, wow, she is completely confident in herself? That is exactly the feeling Nancy McKeon gave audiences during her most unforgettable moments on television and in public appearances. From her iconic roles to her bold personal style, she left a lasting impression that people still talk about today. But who exactly is Nancy McKeon, and why did her confidence make her impossible to forget? Stay with me, because this story may surprise you. Nancy McKeon became a household name as Jo Polniaczek on the hit television series The Facts of Life. If you grew up watching TV in the 1980s and 1990s, you probably remember her tough, fearless character. Jo was strong, witty, and never afraid to speak her mind. She was different, and that difference made her stand out. What many fans did not realize back then was that Nancy herself carried much of that same confidence off-screen. Even outside of acting, Nancy had a style that naturally grabbed attention. She did not simply follow fashion trends. She made bold choices that showed she was comfortable in her own skin. Whether it was a daring outfit, a playful look, or a casual appearance that still turned heads, Nancy always stood out. But it was never just about the clothes. What truly made the difference was how she carried herself. There is something powerful about someone who is unapologetically themselves. Nancy had that energy. Every appearance felt like a quiet statement. I know who I am, and I'm not afraid to show it. People often remember actors for the characters they play, but sometimes the real person behind the role is even more fascinating. Nancy had a natural charm that cameras loved. Her smiles felt genuine. Her confidence never felt forced. It was real, and that authenticity made her unforgettable. Fans who have met Nancy in real life often say the same thing. She is warm, approachable, and genuinely kind, yet she carries a strong presence that commands respect. That combination of kindness and confidence is rare, and Nancy pulled it off effortlessly. In interviews, Nancy never sounded scripted. When asked about her career or personal choices, she spoke honestly and openly. She did not pretend to be someone she wasn't. That honesty added to her appeal. People didn't just see an actress. They saw a real woman with real opinions and strength. One of the most inspiring things about Nancy McKeon is that she never let the media define her. She made her own choices and didn't feel the need to meet every expectation placed on her. That independence sends a powerful message. Confidence isn't about pleasing everyone. It's about staying true to yourself. Looking back at her most memorable moments, one thing is clear. Nancy McKeon never hid her confidence. She wasn't shy. She wasn't hesitant. She knew her strengths and embraced them fully. And that kind of confidence is far more powerful than any outfit or photo. Here's the truth. Confidence isn't just about looks. It's about presence. It's about how someone makes you feel when they walk into a room. Nancy had that presence. She made people stop, notice, and think. She owns herself. That energy is rare and unforgettable. And maybe that's why, even years later, people still talk about her. Not just for her roles or her style, but for the bold way she lived her life. She didn't let fear guide her. She didn't follow rules just because they existed. She created her own path and walked it with confidence. So, what can we learn from Nancy McKeon? Confidence isn't something you wear, it's something you carry inside. And when you embrace it, people notice. You don't need to follow a script to make an impact. You just need to be real. Nancy McKeon's story reminds us that courage, authenticity, and self-belief can make someone unforgettable. She didn't try to impress the world. She simply showed up as herself. And that made all the difference. So the next time you see someone who seems completely confident in who they are, think of Nancy McKeon. She proved that being bold, being real, and being unapologetically you is one of the most powerful things anyone can do. Remember her name. Remember her confidence. Because true confidence leaves a mark that lasts forever.